Hello everyone, you're watching Travel Massive Live, and this recording is part of the webinar How to Create a Smart Tourism Destination. Here we have Mark Sanderson, Director of International Economic Development for the city of Malaga. Malaga is the European Capital of Smart Tourism for 2020. Enjoy.
Hello to everyone across the world. Thank you very much for having us here today. We're delighted to be here. It's a tough act to follow after Helsinki. They were obviously the first winners of with Lyon of the European Capital of Smart Tourism, and it's obviously why they won that award. As you know, and as already was mentioned, my name is Mark Sanderson. I work for the city of Malaga. I work for economic development, so that includes both companies that are moving here as well as tourism, which is obviously a main industry for us here in Malaga. So I have prepared a couple of slides here today to kind of touch on some of the things that we're doing. Don't have a whole lot of time, 15 minutes, so I'll try to be brief and look forward to your questions afterwards. Just to get started, let everyone know, of course, this is obviously one of the famous pictures of Malaga being here on the Mediterranean coast. We went from up north in Helsinki all the way to the south in Malaga here on the Mediterranean. So this is always a great way for us to start our presentations. Just to give you just a quick background, Malaga is the sixth largest city in Spain. So we obviously have Madrid, Barcelona, Valencia, Sevilla, and others ahead of us, about 500,000 people. So we're a medium-sized city, obviously, when it comes to the cities in Spain. It's an old city, obviously, with over 3,000 years of history, being on the Mediterranean Sea. So we're very keen on celebrating our culture, the different civilizations that have called this area home over the thousands of years. And obviously Pablo Picasso, the famous artist, was born here. So we have a Picasso museum, which I can talk a little bit more about. But given our location, we're an important hub in the Andalusia region, and not only for tourism, but also for business as well. This is, being the infrastructure, a lot of the things that we've been working on over the last couple of years around smart tourism has been around our infrastructure. So looking at the airport, improving the facilities that we have there. We have the third largest airport in Spain, even though we're the sixth largest city. So, and it's one of the most state-of-the-art airports. The newest terminal was just opened in 2012. Close to 20 million passengers a year, which is again quite a large number for a city of this size, but an important piece of our tourism puzzle. This is, Malaga again acts as sort of the gateway to this entire region, which is called the Costa del Sol. So, anywhere from Gibraltar all the way to Nerja, there's lots of golf courses, resorts, hotels, etc. And Malaga being that main point of entry. We also obviously receive cruise ships here. The activities increased over the last couple of years, has become a popular destination. And then of course, a high-speed rail, which gets us back and forth to Madrid. So the infrastructure has been fundamental for us. As I said, the city has really changed over the last couple of years. We went from being just that gateway to the Costa del Sol to actually being a destination. And a lot of that has transpired because of the arrival of many museums to the area. So just over 15 years ago, there were literally only 3 museums here. Now there's over 30 museums. So there's been a strong impetus to create and open new museums, celebrating both local artists and also international artists as well. So we have a contemporary art museum, we have a Russian art museum, a beautiful Carmen Thyssen museum, obviously a Picasso museum as well, and a Pompidou. So this has been the main driver of what's changed, Malaga not being just the pass-through or gateway, but actually becoming the destination. I always say that, now when families sit around the table and decide where they want to go for vacation, they no longer say, well, let's go down the beach in Costa del Sol. They say, let's go to Malaga, let's stay there and have a good time. And that's been an important part of the evolution when we look at tourism as well. is a relationship with the technology that's present here in Malaga. So this is a map of Malaga Valley. As you can see, there's lots of technology companies. We have a technology park with over 600 companies in the area. And these companies have been the ones that have been along for the ride as tourism has increased in the city, and the ones that are providing the solutions that we're looking at today. So we also, are considered a smart city. So we've been working in smart cities. As we all know, preparing a city for its citizens also prepares a city for tourists. So these are some of the examples of the different areas that we're working in. We currently have over 200 projects. As you can see in this slide, there's an example of one of our applications that was developed using augmented reality in order to show where the nearest bus locations are. Also clicking on those bus stops, you can find out which buses serve that location and how long it will take to arrive there. But we had other projects around electric mobility, smart mobility, looking at electric vehicles within the city. Over 200 electric vehicles was a project that we currently have underway, as well as energy efficiency, water efficiency, et cetera. We're also obviously involved in the big data and open data. So we have open sets as well, data open sets. The city, our CIO, David Bueno, is working very closely with the engineers here to make sure that we have those data sets available. And lots of projects have been coming about of that, which I'll talk a little bit more about. This is, gives you, as I mentioned, the growth or the change in tourism in Malaga. You can see a substantial growth in numbers, over 185% growth over the last 15 years or so. You also see a large increase in the number of hotels, going from a small number of hotels to over 350 nowadays. So Malaga has had to manage this exponential growth. It's something, again, that we were not necessarily accustomed to. So we've had to deal with the increase in tourists and the number of people staying within the city. So how have we done that? What have been the key keys to success that we've been used? Well, we've also organized our presentation to the 4 pillars in the European Capital of Smart Tourism. So we look at sustainability within the city of Malaga. Our strategic plan has different categories as well, and for this case, sustainability, we equivalent to Malaga Smart. This is our project when we look at creating a smart city, a sustainable city. So these are some of the ways that we're trying to create a better city, a better country, a better planet. We have photovoltaic plants that are producing energy for the city consumption, not only by the city buildings, but also the citizens as well. We've implemented not only LED lights across the streets, street lamps, but we've also, several of those lamps are also providing power from wind turbines as well as solar panels. So this was a project that we worked with the local electric company, Endesa, in order to create these wind and solar panel powered street lamps within the city. We've also had lots of projects around the aviation, obviously lots of parks in Malaga, but we, being in the coast of Del Sol, we actually don't have rain. The engineers here in Malaga to create an irrigation system in order to water all the different parks within the city in the most efficient ways, and seeing quite a lot of savings, not only in water, but also in money, obviously, for the city. And then working, with the high-speed rail, the AVE, the high-speed train that comes from Madrid. There's about 15 trains that arrive a day here from Madrid alone. But actually using that energy when the trains are arriving to the station to regenerate and create, to charge electric vehicles or batteries there within the station. So this was a pilot project that was done here in the city that we've been working on, which is very unique and very important for us as well. Last year, we were recognized, obviously by the European Union in a competition in the area of accessibility. It was the subcategory that we won last year, and I think it has to do a lot with what we're doing for the people that have reduced mobility. We have all the tourist destinations from the beginning have been very conscious of creating spaces that are accessible to all. And so we have, all of our museums, cathedral, Roman theater as well. Everything is wheelchair accessible and easy to access. We also we have a department within the city of Malaga focused purely on accessibility. So it's a team of 25 people. It has its own budget. And these individuals are constantly working not only with citizens, but also with tourists to improve the services that the city provides. So they provide monthly visits to different tourist attractions for the blind and for the hearing impaired, and obviously for the reduced mobility as well. So these are special visits that, again, not only citizens and tourism can participate in, that's operated by this particular department here within the city. In the picture, you can see a project that we called Enjoy the Beach. So we have several beaches within the city limits, and we want to make sure they're accessible to all. And this project allows individuals, as you can see, to get into the water at any given time. This project is only available from June to September, but it's been very well received over the last couple of years. Has over 3,000 users throughout the project. So something I think that's very helpful. Again, open for tourism as well. And then finally, the transformation of the city has been very keen on developing pedestrian spaces. So we've removed a lot of vehicles, as many of the cities have, of course, over the last couple of years, and created pedestrian spaces. Removing those the obstacles that may occur from curbs and things like that. So right now, the city is very easy to move about and with no vehicles and no possibilities of falling as well. As I mentioned, with the Malaga Valley, the companies that are here for technology, they provided a lot of the ideas and solutions when it comes to digitalization and innovation. So we're working with local companies in order to provide all of our content online through our website, through applications, obviously as well, and through one of the applications you can see here in this photograph has to do with parking. So all the municipal parking garages are connected. They have sensors within the parking spots, and this application provides real-time information about which parking garages have the fewest, or have the open spaces, so that people can direct their as they're arriving to the city, they make a decision to go to parking spot or parking garage 1 or 2, whichever has more available spots. So this has been a popular application that we have developed here as well. When we're looking at the content on the internet, as I mentioned, digitalization, putting everything in digital format. Malaga 2 years ago opened a digital content lab, actually with the Spanish government. So this digital content hub is a large space, about 9,000 square meters, where we've placed all the companies that are working in video design, augmented reality, 3D animation, graphics, etc. There's a lot of video games, as you can imagine, there, developers for video games. And we're also doing training courses in this facility. So the idea is to combine not only the companies, but also to provide training for individuals when it comes to the content. This content is what, again, the tourism, people, when they arrive to the city, they want to be able to see things quickly and easily. So a lot of the projects that we have focused in the Digital Content Lab are geared towards tourism. And I've already mentioned some of the parking applications. There's also ones for beach conditions, which obviously the tourists are interested in as well, and audio guides and things like that for the city.
When we look at culture and heritage, obviously Malaga, as I mentioned, is a city with over 3,000 years of history, so we definitely want to celebrate that history, that culture, and so we focus on doing it in an intelligent way. So we want to obviously promote Pablo Picasso, this Malaga being the birthplace of Pablo Picasso. We certainly want to celebrate his life, and of course we have the museum here, but as well as the Roman theater, the Alcazaba, the Moorish Alcazaba, as well as the Cathedral of Malaga, which is a famous destination and a great attraction here within the city. We want to incorporate old areas of the city, or remodel them, or improve those areas of the city, so that tourists are interested in going there. So we've been working on creating cultural districts, for example, the Soho district, which is close to the port, making it one of the creative areas. Lots of young artists are there. There's a contemporary art museum in the Soho district. It is our arts and trending space, and as for galleries, art galleries and things like that are located there. So that's very important for us. And we also want to help out this cultural heritage. We want to work with other cities along the Costa del Sol. So we have projects with called Smart Tourism Costa del Sol, which is working with other cities along the coast, integrating their cultural heritage as well, trying to co-promote destinations so that obviously we can look to attract more individuals to the city of Malaga. And then the last thing I'll mention is about the chatbot, which is a digital assistant that was created or developed here in Malaga. And this actually, lots of the information you can find on there is related to the cultural heritage and history. It's a lot of information that's publicly available, but it's in a format that's very accessible, very easy for the tourist to access, because it's just a matter of speaking to your smartphone and asking for information and providing that information, the most accurate and qualified information through the chatbot. So with all of those activities that we have going on in the city over the last couple of years, the last decade or so, in the different categories, Malaga again presented this year for the European Capital of Smart Tourism, which we actually won. We're very happy about that. So next year in 2020, we will be the European Capital of Smart Tourism, along with Gothenburg from Sweden. We're looking forward to working with the European Union. We've designed a program of activities throughout the year. We hope to have 2 or 3 events every month at least, around smart tourism to highlight some of the things that we've done, but also other cities around Europe with highlight the best practices and help share those types of activities. We're looking to have a hackathon, working with some of the startups here in Malaga and across Europe to help solve some of the problems that we have, or I guess challenges that we have that are developing around tourism. We want to work with the University of Malaga to incorporate more curriculum into their tourism department around intelligent, sustainable, smart tourism. So we'll be doing that. We have 2 major conferences we're designing and putting together. One will be in the spring, another one in the fall, where we'll invite people to come, different cities to come and participate. And learn about obviously smart tourism, as well as educational workshops and programs for the public, for students and for citizens of Malaga, so they can understand exactly what it means to be the European capital of smart tourism. So we're looking forward to next year and being the European capital of smart tourism, and hope you'll come and visit us during that time. You'll have the opportunity to be here for that. The only thing I'll mention is the sustainability goals. Malaga is actually the headquarters for a CIFAL, which is the UN, one of the UN training facilities. They train leaders across the world, and that material is being developed here in Malaga. So we have a UN office here in Malaga, and so the 17 sustainability development goals are very important to us, and we're aligning that not only with the European capital next year of smart tourism, but also with the strategic plan of the city. So these are some of the things that we're working on right now. So I see that my time is running out, so I hope this information was interesting and useful for you. Thank you very much for your attention, and I look forward to answering your questions if you have any. Thank you very much.